Amtrack's #1 commuter. President-elect Joe Biden.
Thank you, Greg. Now, what he didn't tell you, occasionally, he'd be standing outside the door as the Acela came up. I'd be coming down Martin Luther King Boulevard. I'd call in here to Ron and say, Ron, I can see the light. I'm only 2 away. What do you think? Peace out, Checker Craig. There was always some mechanical difficulty. I have to admit that now. Thank you. Look, Craig, you've been a friend for a long time. Look, folks, one of the things I want you to understand, I know the Delawareans know, you know me and you know Jill. This guy's become a close friend. Like an awful lot of the people for 36 years I've commuted with. We know each other's children. He knows my Hunt, my Bo, my Ashley, who's with me here today. I know his Blake, who's now a conductor on Amtrack. We know each other's grandkids. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you, it's a real honor being introduced by you, buddy. Thank you very, very much. Now, Jill's greatest worry is I'm going to be home every morning. She had some great deal of solace knowing I was going to leave at 7 o'clock and head for the train. Didn't have to worry about me until 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending on the time. But now we got public housing in Washington. But we're coming home. Ladies and gentlemen, Jill and I are honored to be here with you. And you know, there's a great thing about my love affair with Amtrack. It's how truly close and personal the friends I've made over the years have become. They come to our homes in the summer, and used to be, before it got too big, the crowd for a reset Christmas party. And again, Greg, thanks for taking care of me all of these years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not every day you get to do your daily commute with the next President of the United States of America. We're gathered here today to stop along a short journey from Philadelphia to Wilmington. And at the beginning of another longer journey for our country. Delaware, I'd not be taking this journey were it not for you. Delaware's always kidding me for quoting Irish poets and Irish authors. But I'm about to do it again. James Joyce once wrote, he said, when I die, Dublin will be written in my heart. But when I die, Delaware will be written in my heart. As we gather here today, and the weather is cold, and a deeper chill of fear and worry and concern have gripped the nation. How could it be otherwise? Millions of Americans have been knocked down. Our economy is struggling. We're a nation of war. Sometimes, just sometimes, it's hard to believe that we'll see the spring again. But I tell you, spring is on the way. When I look into your eyes, so many of you, my friends I've known for so long, I see the faith and hope of an indomitable people, a spirit that's guided this nation through our toughest moments. That spirit is still alive here today. It's alive in our parents and our grandparents, and it was alive in their parents and their grandparents before them. The American people have never, ever let their country down. And President-elect Obama and I will need more than your prayers and your good wishes. We'll need your hard work to help us. If ours is to be a successful journey, it must be a shared journey. As I look at you, I see another thing. I see the trust you've placed in us. It's a trust that we must and we will honor. Ladies and gentlemen, we can and we will restore the middle class. Ladies and gentlemen, we can and we will regain the respect we deserve in the world. And we can and we will change this nation. I promise you we will not let you down. We have promises to keep. Promises to our children and our grandchildren. Promises to one another. And quite frankly, promises to the world. Folks, this is more than an ordinary train ride. This is a new beginning. In our most difficult nation, most difficult moments, our nation has always chosen the leader the times demand. And I believe that's why this nation has turned to Barack Obama. It's turned to Barack to bring hope back to the nation and the change we so desperately need. My fellow Delawareans, the next President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
And thank you, Wilmington, for giving us such a great send-out. Thank you. To the governor and the governor elected this state, to Wilmington Mayor James Baker, to Senator Carper, newly elected Senator Ted Kaufman.
This is also appointed.
To the man who delivered Joe Biden for so many years, to not just to Washington, but more importantly, got him back home. You know, it was just under 5 months ago that Joe Biden stood beside me on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield to accept my invitation to run for Vice President of the United States of America. much time here because you can learn a lot about a person's hometown through the deeds that they've done. Joe has always fought for the middle class while forging the consensus to get things done. He has supported the cops and the firefighters and the families who form the backbone of our communities while emerging as a statesman in the community of nations. For 36 years, Delaware has sent Joe Biden to change Washington, and Washington hasn't changed him.
Yes.
Joe Biden has changed Washington.
Yes.
The people of Delaware know this better than anyone, because Joe is still the scrappy kid from Scranton whose family moved here to Wilmington in search of a new beginning. They knew their share of hardships. They knew more would come. They didn't have much money. But Joe Sr. taught his son about the values that stretch longer than the dollar. The dignity of a hard day's work. The primacy of family. The dream that anyone should be able to make it if they try.
Yep.
And the simple lesson that when we Americans get knocked down, we always get back up on our feet. Those are the values that the American people hold in common. They're shared by Irish Catholics from Wilmington and African Americans from the south side of Chicago, by Hispanics and Asians and Native Americans all across this great land. They form a foundation for our success, and they lift us up when we face adversity. Those are the values that Joe carried with him to the Senate. You sent him there when he was just 30. That's when tragedy struck. Suddenly this man who had a limitless future before him had lost more than most of us could imagine. That's when Joe Biden got back up on his feet. He didn't move away from Delaware. Instead, day after day, month after month, year after year, he came here to this station and boarded the train to our nation's capital. And then night after night, month after month, year after year, he rode that train back home in the evenings to raise his boys and a beautiful family alongside his beautiful wife, Jill. He would be the first to tell you that he didn't do it alone. He had the people of this city and this state with him every step of the way. Now, Delaware, I'm asking Joe Biden to take one more ride to Washington. Together we know that there's work to be done. Together we know that America faces its own crossroads. A nation at war, an economy in turmoil, an American dream that feels like it's slipping away. Together we know that the American people are facing adversity, and that the time has come to pick ourselves up once again. We've heard your stories on the campaign trail. We have been touched by your dreams, and we will fight for you every single day that we're in Washington, because Joe and I are committed to leading a government that is accountable, not just to the wealthy or to the well-connected, but to you. To the conductors who make our trains run, and to the workers who lay down the rails, to the parents who worry about how they're going to pay the bills next month on the commute to work, and to the children who hear the whistle of the train and dream of a better life. That's who we're fighting for. That's who needs change. And those are the stories that we will carry with us to Washington. We'll carry with us the story of Mike and Cheryl Fisher. Mike's a long-time machinist whose workplace is faced with prospect of layoffs. Cheryl works as a nurse's assistant and waits for her grandchild who's on the way. Together they seek only to live and work and retire in the same Indiana.
Fucking serious.
We will carry their story with us down to Washington. We'll carry with us the story of Roy Gross, the truck driver from Michigan who moves cars from the plant to the showroom. Roy's watched as his friends have lost jobs, when the plants have shuttered their doors. He wants to see American industry build the cars of tomorrow and jobs to let working people leave their children a better life. We will carry his story with us to Washington. We'll carry with us the story of Quincy Lucas, a teacher from Dover, Delaware. Well, Quincy lost her sister in a terrible act of domestic violence and dedicated herself to ensuring that other families don't have to suffer like her. She works with young people to stand up to violence. She's helping to build a safer and more secure community. Those are the quiet heroes who've made this country great. You can find them in every city, in every town, in all 50 states. They work hard. They look after their families. They sacrifice for their children and their grandchildren. They are you, and they deserve, and you deserve, a government that represents the same enduring values that you live by. Yours are the stories that will drive us in the days ahead. This is the moment that we have to come together for the sake of our country. For while we come from many different places, as Americans we share a common story. That story began over 2 centuries ago in Philadelphia, where we started today's journey. And where our forefathers declared the birth of our nation and the creation of our Constitution. It was here in Delaware that the Constitution was first ratified. It was here in Delaware where the first state joined our union. To carry forward that American story and make it our own. Now it falls to us to ensure that everyone in this country can make it if they try. Now it falls to us to pick ourselves up, to reach to the promise of a better day, and to work hard every single day together to perfect our union once more. Thank you very much.